gas wells in New York State for over 30 years. But I realized maybe in the last year that I don't know anything, you know, which is really interesting because I've been doing it. And I tried effortlessly to educate. And what I've realized is we have an issue. I mean, we talk about property rights, we talk about what everybody's taken away. I've worked in the towns of Avon and Caledonia and York and Livingston County for 30 years. I've operated wells, I've given gas to landowners, I've sold gas to businesses, I sold gas to one of the largest employers in the town of Avon. In December, the town of Avon was what I believe handed a moratorium. So in January, we went and met with them and tried to discuss the opportunity. You know, don't pass this moratorium. I can give you a lot of education. We can work together, do something. But that effort, believe it or not, as many landowners as I have, as many wells as I operate in the county of Livingston, very few people stood up and talked. And I'm not going to blame them, because I will tell you, it is one of the toughest things in the world to stand up in a room full of people who hate you and talk about what's right. So what happened recently is the town continued down this path, didn't heed any of my efforts of saying, look guys, there's things we can do. You don't want to pass this moratorium. I mean, this is stupid. You don't have to do it. I gave them a document. It was 28 pages long. That's the table of contents for the old SGEIS. It's 28 pages. I said, look at this document. If there's something in here missing, tell me. I've been doing this for 30 years. Let me know. Well, the town, the other day in a meeting, decided to pass the moratorium. And I told them my only opportunity, when you read this moratorium, the title of the document starts with the language that says the prohibition of the exploration and extraction of natural gas. That's my business. They wrote a law to tell somebody that's been operating in the town for 20 years to get the out. So I said, look, if you're gonna do that, the next thing I look at is, okay, if I don't, what happens? Well, it turned to the penalties section, and it's $1,500 or $2,500 a day and 10 or 30 days in jail. Well, I've got a daughter and a son and a wife and a family, and I've got employees and other people. I can go to jail. I got things to do. I'm running a business. This isn't easy. Operating in New York is ridiculous to begin with. I mean, to do anything else in this state is getting hard. So what I said is, look, my only opportunity is to shut it in. So we wrote the landowners a letter, told them what we were doing, force majeure the leases, and shut everything in. And now I'm the bad guy. Now all of a sudden, the gas I was giving everybody, and the places that got it for free, are now telling me I'm the bad guy. Why'd you do that? I said, well, let me ask you a simple question. If somebody told you you weren't allowed to do something, and they told you if you were going to do it, what would you do? If they told you you were going to jail or getting fined if you did it, what would you do? You wouldn't do it. So I didn't do it. And now, out of the blue of the sky, they realize, hey, if we don't have him, we don't have gas. Oh my God. You know, now all of a sudden they've realized what's going on. I mean, I didn't do it out of spite. I didn't do this to make a point. I did it because clearly that's the proper business decision. Why would I operate a business like a company operating a widget facility when they tell me I can't manufacture widgets anymore, but I can sell the box of them that are on a shelf? But I have to keep the widget factory running and keep the people employed. And oh, by the way, donate all the money to the schools and donate all the money to the other people. But all you can sell are those 2 widgets on the shelf. I'm not going to do that. That's not the right thing. What's happening out there, what you guys really have to get involved in, is this is much beyond oil and gas companies. I can go to Pennsylvania, and I can go to Ohio, and Tennessee, and West Virginia. I can go to Alaska. I can go anywhere in this country. I like New York. I've made this my home. I wanted to keep doing it in New York. They're making it harder and harder every single day. And this is happening everywhere. Not to me. When I have a landowner come up to me after I did this, and he says, if you want to do any more business with us in the future, you better rethink what you're doing. I tell you, that guy missed the point, because he won't have to worry about doing business with me or anybody else in the future when they take all his property away. You can't let it happen. You have to stand up. You have to make a point. I mean, maybe we can change the conversation to what it really is. I know we can drill wells and not pollute water. I've done it for years. I've drilled, I won't even go into the spiel about hydraulic fracturing. We drilled wells on college campuses. I mean, New York has been a great place to operate, and I have no clue what happened until these people come along and basically tell us out of some perceptive will that we're going to kill everything and pollute everything and ruin everything. It's not going to happen. Especially not with an 1,800-page document with still more to come. And I'm afraid to tell everybody out here, you guys want natural gas. I'm afraid to tell you it's going to be hard to get people like me to come here and drill it. Because it ain't getting any easier. It's getting harder and harder. And you got to stand up. And you got to make sure that what's happening is the right thing.